Hey, Lily Wong here, and this is Fly with Lily podcast. Life can throw us unexpected curveballs of all kinds, from the loss of a loved one, career change, or family problems. For me, it was the loss of my mother and my marriage. The worst experiences of my life led to the most euphoric learning experience and life journey I ever could have imagined. My journey let me dive within myself, overcome my fears, drop disempowering beliefs, and remove mental limitations. From motivation, language learning, business, nomadic life stories, or world travel, to just plain dropping your baggage. Fly with Lily podcast offers the inspiration you need to open yourself to this world of opportunities without limits. The world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page. The most magical thing about travel is that someone always turns what you once read in a textbook into a landscape standing in front of you. After leaving the apartment, Palli drove us towards the coast. Before I go on with the story, I want to formally introduce this person. Many of my podcast listeners already know his name, but before I decided to write any of this down, I made sure to ask him directly. If I ever put our story in a book, can I use your name? He barely paused. Of course. I smiled and pushed a little further. Any photos? Do I need to hide your face? He laughed even more. No need. So from this point on, his name is Palli. Palli is Icelandic. The first time we met, he bought me coffee. When we left the cafe, he said simply, "Come on, I'll show you Iceland." In that moment, I realized how lucky I was. I felt a little wistful about missing the road trip with my friends, but being taken around by an actual Icelander, someone who'd grown up there, who knew the hidden spots, who drove these roads like they were his own living room, that was something else entirely. We started at the coast. He parked by the shore near one of the Reykjavik's most famous landmarks, a striking steel sculpture shaped like the ribcage of a Viking ship. We took our first photo together there. I'm smiling a little shyly in it. Looking back, that photo captures more than just a first meeting. It marks where a story truly began. After leaving the city, we drove towards the Golden Circle. Outside the window, snow everywhere. The road and the sky were nearly the same color. Sometimes I couldn't even make out whether there were other cars ahead of us. But Palli drove completely at ease, 100 kilometers an hour, like heavy snowfall had always just been part of his daily life, which, of course, it had. And I sat beside him like a child who'd never seen snow before, face turned to the window the entire time. How can anything be this white? How can anywhere be this quiet? We arrived at Þingvellir National Park just as the sun was going down. The lights turned the whole snowfield a pale, warm gold. I couldn't help it. I pulled off my gloves to take a few photos. Within seconds, my hands were aching from the cold. I was blowing on them, trying to get feeling back. When Palli reached over, without saying anything, he gently took my hand and tucked it inside his jacket, close to his chest. This is warmer. I froze, not from the cold this time. Whether it was his warmth on my own heartbeat, I couldn't quite tell, but suddenly Iceland didn't feel nearly as cold as it had a moment ago. I glanced over at him, trying not to smile too obviously. Well, he probably likes me a little, right? Palli started telling me about the land around us. This wasn't just Iceland's most important national park. It was the site of the world's oldest parliament. More than 1,000 years ago, Icelanders gathered here to debate laws and settle disputes. And that calm, still pond nearby, it had once been used for executions. Women found guilty of serious crimes were placed in iron cages and submerged beneath the water. I stood there quietly, a little stunned. The landscape in front of me was so pure, so untouched, and yet it had witnessed some of the darkest things people do to each other. Then he pointed towards a long, narrow rift in the distance. Where you are standing right now, this is where the Eurasian and North American tectonic plates meet. I looked down at my feet. I couldn't quite believe it. I was standing between two continents. In summer, he told me, people actually dive into the rift and swim between the two great plates of the earth. The most magical thing about travel is that someone always turns what you once read in the textbook into a landscape standing right in front of you. That afternoon, I lost track of time completely. An endless wide landscape in front of me. 1,000 years of Icelandic history in my ears. And beside me, someone I'd known for only a few hours, who somehow already made me feel completely at ease. I found myself thinking, I don't want today to end. Then Palli turned to me, smiling. Are you hungry? I know a really good restaurant. I looked at him and couldn't help but smile back. If this story resonates with you, follow along on Fly with Lily Iceland podcast series. Next episode, dinner and something Palli said that made me start to wonder whether I was already falling for him. This has been another episode of the Fly with Lily podcast. So what now? Go to flywithlily.com to download my gift for you to help work on your abundant lifestyle, or contact me directly for a consultation. This show takes a lot of work and planning, so if you enjoyed it, please consider a 5-star review on iTunes, following on Facebook and Instagram at flywithlily, or come up and give our crew a hug on the street when you are on your journey. Thanks for listening, and remember, life's curveballs can be your best opportunities.